Really? This movie? Joker. Seriously. This is the movie that has caused both such like hype and moral panic among people? This movie is what's causing the controversy? I mean, seriously? Like, really? Okay, alright. Well, I guess I'll get straight to the point. I did not like Joker. I found it to be very mediocre. I thought it was shallow and unimaginative and sloppy and incoherent and safe. That's a big word I keep going back to. This is a very safe movie. It has everything in it that you can see coming a mile away. It's got the generic antisocial movie character checklist. It's just so damn predictable. And it's so damn afraid of being really edgy and really controversial, really making people upset. And that's honestly kind of what I expected after hearing so much uproar over it. I expected this movie for him to just be like a raving psychopath and just like destroying multiple people, and I was waiting for that, but that never happens. Yeah, he kills people in the movie, but like that's it? That's all he does. He just shoots some people and stabs one guy at some point. And I just thought, this guy is no more worse than any of the other generic movie villains out there. And yet this movie is what the cause of it is? Really? Something so harmless and fleeting? This is the thing that... Yay, okay. Well, this movie, shockingly enough, it was actually pretty much exactly what I predicted from the onset. When I heard that this movie was being made, I went, no. In my head, I went, no. Because the Joker, what makes the Joker scary is that he is a great unknown. The reason why Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight was so scary and so intimidating and so interesting is that we did not know his backstory. He just came in like a fucking hurricane, wrecked through Gotham, and then left. And we don't know anything that happened to him, and whenever he does tell his backstory, it's just a bunch of potential lies. And that keeps the mystery wall up, where we do not understand this character due to his past, and that makes him scary. With this guy, it's like we know now he's the Joker, and I think this portrayal of the Joker would have worked better if they had just stuck him with the new Batman movie coming out with Robert Pattinson. I think Joaquin Phoenix, I think he's a great actor. He's one of our best living actors, but I do not think he holds a candle whatsoever to Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker. And none of that is really Joaquin Phoenix's fault. He throws himself into this role, and he's really good in the performance, but I just don't think the depth is there that Heath Ledger had for that role. It's just... I just keep thinking about it, and I'm like, is that it? That's all I said at the end of this movie. I went, is that it? Seriously? The stuff that I saw coming a mile away, that's the stuff that everyone got so upset with? That's the stuff that everyone was like, oh, it's so dark, it's so edgy, it's so controversial. Because this movie is exactly what I expected it to be from the get-go. It's a lame, safe movie hiding behind really amazing marketing. And the reason I said that when that very first trailer came out, like that very first teaser trailer came out, the one where it plays the Smile, that song, that is still to this very day one of the very best trailers I've ever seen for a movie. That trailer got me excited. I went, oh wow, this is something different than I expected. It's got this really creepy, almost operatic vibe to it with the song, and the song is in the movie, but it's it's just kind of there. It doesn't really add anything to the scene. And the reason I said that back then is because this isn't the first time this has happened with a Warner Brothers movie. I think of Suicide Squad. Great trailer, shit movie. I think of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Great trailer, shit movie. Similar with this one. Great trailers, shit movie. And you know what, with Joker, I don't even hate it. There's nothing in this movie for me to really... I don't hate it. I just simply think it's lame. I just think it's the most mundane fucking thing you could possibly do with this Joker story. For something that's rated R and has a surprising amount of violence in it, and trying to dirty it up with, oh, it's swearing, oh, they say fuck, oh, it's so edgy, it's so controversial. This is, like, at its very heart, this is a Joker movie that's just basically cobbled together from Baby's first movie anti-hero movies and The Dark Knight Returns. Like, if you've ever read The Dark Knight Returns, you ever seen The Dark Knight Returns, you can see a big part of this movie coming a mile away. It's just, they just take basic bitch Batman lore elements and they stick it in here, and it's so tame. It's just, I was waiting for that moment for it to really do something that made me go, oh my god, like really made me open my eyes and go, oh, like this is dark, like this is writing. That never happened. I just kept sitting there while violence occurs on screen and these like horrible things happen, and I just didn't care. I just was like, oh, alright, that happens? Okay, I saw that coming. Oh, this also happened? This bad thing happened? I saw that coming too. It's just so predictable. And, okay, here's where I'm gonna get into the politics of the movie. Brace yourself. I'm gonna ramble about this quite a bit, because this is also my big problem with it. And the movie itself almost doesn't want to tackle it. It tries to have its cake and eat it too with this. Where it's this very showy movie that has this weak-ass wallpaper of incoherent rambling about economic inequality and classism and mental health. It's just, there's nothing, it's just nothing but wallpaper. All of the themes they touch on in this movie are surface level at best. And that's because Todd Phillips, when he wrote the script with somebody else, he wants to have his cake and eat it. He wants to use all this political subtext, this politically charged imagery, like with the killings, and with the fact that Thomas Wayne is a very Trump-like figure in this world. It's like he's scared to really get in. I don't even understand what he's trying to say beyond, oh, Gotham is shit. Oh, people are living in dumpsters. People are living in this socially unequal way in America, and the rich are terrible, and people need funding. Basically, those three things that I've told you, that's basically what Joker's trying to say. Not the character, the movie. Because when it's brought to the Joker's attention that all this stuff you're doing is causing these people to go on riots and they're inspired by you. And the Joker in this very cop-out kind of way, and I hate it when game companies do this too, when they use this political imagery, but they go, oh, I'm not being political. I'm just doing this for a laugh. And I'm like, okay, that might work with the character. A movie that has gone on for this long, that has used this amount of political imagery, that is trying to very obviously say stuff about social inequality and classism and mental health and the 1% and the rich versus the poor and all that stuff, it just feels like such a cop-out. And this part could have been interesting if they were setting what's been going on at, like let's say with like the riots across like the college. People get hurt because of Antifa and stuff like that, and that could have been interesting. That could have been something. But the movie never takes a serious stand on it, because it's afraid. For a movie that's so edgy, it is really scared to really talk about something that could potentially piss people off. And that's just cowardly. It's a very cowardly movie. If you're trying to do this thing where you're making fun of the people that are going around rioting over nothing and hurting people over nothing, then that's one thing, but the movie doesn't do that. It's like the movie equivalent of some kid that's just standing on a corner with a sign saying, "Death to the rich." And when you walk by him and you ask him, "Alright, so what are you protesting?" He'll just go, "Death to the rich! The 1% is our enemy! So-and-so is a fascist!" And you just walk by him and it's like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just want to be angry. They just want to be angry, and they just want to stand there and just be angry. That's what this movie is. It's just that kid that doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and yet goes to a political rally to then hurt people over issues that he does not understand. That's basically this movie. That's Joker. It's that. And I was so, I was just so confused watching it, and again, this is all of this, this heavy imagery with the riots and all that. This is just wallpaper. It says nothing new. It says nothing profound. It does not explore these themes deeply whatsoever. It's just wallpaper to hide inept, showy filmmaking from Todd Howard. Oh, I'm sorry, Todd Phillips. Todd Phillips. Go back to comedies, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry you left comedy because you felt like the woke skulls were coming after you, which, by the way, that quote got a response. I kind of proved his point in that regard. But go back to comedies, man, because you've proven that you are incapable of handling material like this. You are not Martin Scorsese, okay? I know you're trying to ape off Martin Scorsese, like the Taxi Driver and King of Comedy and stuff like that for this movie, but you are not Martin Scorsese, dude. Like you're not even worthy of licking Martin Scorsese's boots. Okay, go back to comedies. Go back to The Hangover. Go back to Old School or whatever the fuck. What else did he direct? Like Due Date, I guess. And the thing that makes me sad about this is that because this movie is now such a financial success, he's going to get validation for being this, this adult filmmaker. No, he's not. No, he's not. He has, the depth of a puddle of piss. That's what this movie has the depth of a puddle of piss. Cold piss. So, would I recommend Joker? I mean, if you know, this is one of those cases, no matter what I say, people are gonna go see it anyway, and they'll have their own opinions. I know I'm in the minority on this. I did not like it, but I didn't dislike it because, oh, it might inspire mass shootings. Oh, it might inspire these straight white male incels. Ooh! No, I disliked it because it's a stupid ass movie. So, there, Joker. This is another one this year from Warner Brothers that just really has not been hitting the mark with me. It Chapter 2, Godzilla, man, this is Annabelle, whatever, that last one. This movie is just, this is just continuing the run of Warner Brothers movies this year that have just been so fucking underwhelming. And that makes me sad because nothing would please me more than to see a really crazy, well-handled Joker origin story like this, but not under Todd Phillips, not with this script, with this actor, definitely, with Joaquin Phoenix, because like I said, he's very good. He's not the problem. All the surface level stuff is not the problem. It's everything that the movie is the beating heart of is the problem. Because Joaquin Phoenix, he does his best with the bad material that he's given. He's trying to elevate it as much as he can, and he does a very good job at it. But it's just not there. And when it ended, I just kind of went, okay. And I got up and I left the theater with my friends. That's pretty much the exact opposite of my experience with something like Rambo Last Blood. Especially after coming right off of Rambo Last Blood, where I had one of the most, ecstatic movie reactions I've had in years to a film, a recent film at least. This was just such fucking weak sauce. It was just like a fucking wet fart of a movie. So, Joker, shallow, safe, unimaginative, sloppy. I don't get it. I don't get the hype. I don't get the controversy. I didn't like it.